Hey, welcome to my little showcase of a map that I found on VR chat. It's called, oh, I forgot what it's called, but I'm just gonna show it right here. And it's basically Moga Village from Monster Hunter 3 and the Deserted Island, all in VR. So, you have, everything. You have the village here, let me show you that. The floor is moving a little bit, but you don't notice that in VR, right? But these floorboards are moving up and down, as they do in game. Here you have the quest counter. You can't really interact with it. I mean, there's nothing really to interact except a few things. I'm gonna show them to you. You have a big steaming pile of something. I always wondered what that was. I mean, obviously something the chef cooked up. I always imagine this is spicy. Like, it's so spicy, it's steaming. Yeah, here we have the chef. And, whoa. Is that my model? I'm wearing Nargacuga armor because it's the only low poly model I could find. Aside from the ones you can get here. Here we got the chief, the shop. You have the Argosy and all its glory. Oh, I didn't even know you can go on here. Well, okay. You can go onto the Argosy and see its low-res textures. Let me check if I can jump. Whoops. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still kind of new to VR. Whoop. Okay, now let me get up here. Yes. Okay, whatever. But, you have a jump button, as you do in VR chat, and you can do a lot of fun things with it. Oh, here's a cool thing. Of course, the market, you have the Argosy Captain, which you can't interact with. You cannot really interact with much. There's like a ray, like a manta ray or a stingray, swimming past here. It's like the coolest thing ever in VR. There it is. Oh my god, it's like spooky. You can go into your house, right? You have to kind of point your hand if you want to enter an area. And, no, here it is, no Chamberlain, but, it's cool. You have the boats in the backgrounds, which I remember in all the versions I played, they were just like cutouts. Like just, just JPEGs, but here like 3D models. Kinda. Still think that guy's like a cardboard cutout. You have your box, which you can store stuff in, because you can actually gather stuff in this game. There's no hunting, but you can gather ore, insects, herbs, and all that stuff, and you can craft a few things, right? You have your options here. You can teleport, you can swim, yes. Yeah. Let's get out of here. Right. You have the second thing you can interact with in Moga Village, the Wyverian Artisan. Here you can craft some skins, actually, for VR chat, right? And that's what the whole collection minigame is about. You collect stuff, so you can get these free skins, right? I actually have quite a few of them already. The downside is the map resets every time we restart VR chat. It doesn't save your progress. I mean, I wouldn't know how it would be able to. I mean, this is just like a private, essentially like a private server you open up every time, right? But you got your, models from Monster Hunter 3. Cha-Cha is new. And as you just saw, you could also be a monster if you want to. Like, here, Rathian. You can be Rathian. No, that's armor. There we go. Rathalos from Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yeah. Pretty cool. Well, let's go to the next area, the farm. Little bit disappointed that there isn't like a, long dock that goes all the way to the deserted island. You don't actually see the deserted island. As you see, you see nothing. There's nothing here. Right? So, let's go to the farm. But strangely, if you look back here, there's the village. And look, there's like a path that goes all the way down here. Welcome to the farm. It's... looking down these cliffs is pretty scary. You got your little felines here taking care of everything. You got the chief. Why did I just stutter? Oh, whatever happens. The head farmer, not the chief. The chief is the guy in the village, of course. You got Poogie. You can interact with Poogie. That's about it. You can just carry him around, show him some stuff. I don't think you can take him outside of the farm. Actually, let me try that when I leave the area. Of course, you can reset Poogie in case it gets stuck or you lost it somewhere. You just hit the trigger button on the head farmer and there it is. Right, you of course have the waterfall with the cave behind it. And the classic mysterious statue that does this. What a mysterious statue. What a mysterious statue. Doesn't have the mask on anymore. And the rest of the cave doesn't look that impressive. Alright, let's continue. Oh, also, another thing before I leave. This area. Always love the idea of being here. Like back here. But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like covered up by another rock or cave. I don't think it's supposed to be this open. But hey, the person who made this already put so much work into this. Like, you can't really expect more. Let me get Poogie. Now let's leave to the area 1 of the deserted island. Ah, you can't do it while you have Poogie in your hands. Nope, no Poogie. Anyway, here we have area 1 with the... Now look. Now you get a better idea of what it looks like from the village at least. I thought it was like super far away, but it doesn't seem to be that far away from the village. This entry area. Right? So let's go up. By the way, this is... It maybe doesn't look like that in the recording, but in VR this is ridiculously steep. Like, you would have to crawl up here to get up here. Like, this is so steep, I couldn't imagine walking up there. I would have to just take something like some climbing gear. But maybe it just seems this way in VR. We have a plant that we push the trigger button. We can gather some stuff. Herb. And place that nice little tune when you enter the area as it does in game. Like, come on, this is cool. You gotta admit this is cool. Right? Mining, you can't do that until you go to the camp area and get your pickaxe and bug net there. The old pickaxe and old bug net. Before you can do that, you can't really craft any new pickaxes or bug nets because you... well... Actually, no. I'm not even sure, but I know you need bone and something else. I forgot. Anyway, let's continue to area 2. We have the waterfall and that bonus area up there. I always wondered, how do you get up there? I mean, I know there's areas where you start, when you start the quest, you end up there, but is that... I mean, there's like a cavern over there. I don't know, I don't remember ever being there, despite having played this game so many times. Here's the waterfall. With some nuts. Oh, sometimes you gotta bend down. There we go. Take a nice little shower here. Got honey, you got your mushrooms, all stuff you need to get some of the avatars. Right. These rocks, they look ominous. They don't even look natural. They look like some kind of... Actually, over there's another one of these rocks. Look at this. I think there are some remnants of some ruins that have been here. I just wanted to explain the map. I'm not gonna do like a documentary video. Maybe I'll do that some other time, but right now it's just like showing you what it is and how it works. Right. Here we have the blue box. Here we can get our map, which I don't even know how to open, and honestly I don't even need it. The old pickaxe and the old bug net. Right. The quest box you can't really do anything with because there are no quests really. Here we have a camp, another fast travel and options thing, which is always nice. And here we actually can go into the water. Yes. Now you swim where you look, right? So you hit forward on your controller and you swim where you look. I mean, you don't have to move your arms. I just like doing that. I guess it just... Oh, it messes with your brain because you all have been swimming before, right? You went diving before, and it's just like, I'm underwater, I gotta move my hands. It's almost like an instinct, like, I gotta move my hands, otherwise I'll drown. Right? But, yeah, you can swim anywhere. In any area that you can, swim in the game. That's pretty cool. Right. Now let's move over there. Let's go to Area 3. I always wondered how far are the areas apart in Monster Hunter. Because, I mean, look, there's the waterfall and goes all the way up here. Is the big rock formation, these two rock formations and the small one in the middle, is that Area 3? Or maybe not. I don't know, because I also see trees. And there are no trees in Area 3. I'm not sure how this works. Actually, there are trees here. Never mind. But it doesn't look like it. It's hard to tell sometimes, right? Strangely though, if we go down here, we don't really see Area 2, we just see ocean. I mean, to be fair, in the game you can't really see that far down, right? It's kind of implied that down there is Area 2, but in VR, of course, you can go so far and see what's beyond what you're supposed to see in the game. Let's gather up some honey. This is some huge beehives. This area, I love it. Also, you sometimes hear some... I have my volume super quiet right now, but you hear some monster sounds like a Great Jaggy, sometimes a Rathian, sometimes a Ludroth in certain areas. I can't tell if it's playing right now because, again, I have my volume so low. Also, your inventory. Yes, you have to push the trigger button, which does on its own nothing. You have to kind of hold it up to your head, like you're holding a phone, and then push the trigger button. That opens up your inventory. You got your pouch, where you have to then select the item and then click on it here, and then it appears in front of you. Right? How do I close this? Good question. I don't quite know how to close this, but you can use it to catch some bugs. Kind of just have to swing it into their general direction. Look, there's another butterfly, which indicates bugs are here. You can't really throw it if you let go of it. It doesn't have physics, but that's just how VR chat works, right? This, again, I've seen a recording of me going through this world, and it doesn't look that steep in the recording. But again, in VR, this looks ridiculous. Like, ridiculously tall. You couldn't walk up there. Impossible. You need some kind of climbing gear. At least it seems this way. Right, here we have the beautiful waterfall, the branches. Kind of think of it, doesn't quite make sense. These branches don't quite make sense. Like, I don't really see any trees beyond there. Again, you're not supposed to look up this way in game, right? So it obviously is implied that there's like trees all around this area. You have the water here. I always liked the textures in the water here. The rocks and pebbles. Looks really nice. Okay, let's go to area 5? 5? Is it 5? 7. Ugh. Alright, here we have this cool cave with the ancient ruins. It's kind of not so easy to see in game, but this whole cave is just ruins, actually. Look, here there's some windows and all that stuff, right? And I think I'll go into this area last. Have your rocks. Oops, I have to kind of bend down sometimes. Yeah, stone. I don't know, can I throw the stones? I wonder. Let me check. No, it's not even my inventory. Your inventory basically just has the pickaxes and stuff like this. I love this area. This is probably the prettiest area in all of it. And kind of scary because the water is so murky you don't know what's below there. Could be in, I don't know, Lagiacrus. Could pop out of here any minute. I wish. Right, speaking of mining, that's... whoops. Where did that go? Let me show you how the mining works. Pretty much the same like the bug catching. You just swing the thing. And this is fun. I have to be honest, this is fun. It feels great. Ding. Ding. Oh. I don't think I have all the avatars yet, but quite a few. But I'm not gonna work towards that right now. Just want to show you how it works. And of course your pickaxes break. You have to collect bones and all the materials that you need to craft a pickaxe. Let me just show you the crafting menu. You have to push this arrow to the left to go back to the previous menu. Whoop. There we go. You got Hunter's Notes, which is just more about this map than anything. Combine. Bone iron ore. Right, so if you don't have the old pickaxe, you can't make iron pickaxes. What the bug net? Net and monster bone, same thing. Alright, let's go here to the Jaggy Nest. Awesome. So we have these rare fossils here that sometimes appear when you're doing a free roam thing in Tri, and yeah, this place is just spooky. I'm afraid of turning up my volume because that might turn up the volume for the recording as well. So I can't hear if there's like a great Jaggy howling right now. It's super scary. Well, not super scary if you're used to it, but I always wondered what's here. Look at this, I can kind of go here. Forbidden area. Oh, I'm not supposed to see that. Let's go. Let's get out of here. It's like steaming too. It's like a... I don't know, like a hot spring almost. Before I go into area 4, I'm gonna go here to the caves, which are also awesome. This is area 4, right? So don't worry about Giggies. There's no monsters here. However, the Giggy nest is still here. And I like that these bugs are illuminating the area. Very cool detail. This is pretty bright, actually. It's a thing that where the first Wii version of Monster Hunter 3 had actually very dark dark areas, you actually needed the torch to see anything. Especially on a TV. Maybe in an emulator you won't. It's not that dark. But if you played the game on a TV, you actually needed a torch to just see anything. And you know, like in the do I have to crouch? In the tundra area, you actually have to light torches to then fight monsters because you know can't really see. But this is bright. This is like the free ultimate version, or right. We can climb up here, back to the other area, but we're gonna go back. I mean, there's no wonder this cave isn't so dark, actually. You know, look, there's light. There's holes in the ceiling. Okay, let's go over here. I always wondered, like, you can barely see anything up here. Like, out here. I also think, like, this area and the next area are very far apart. Right, area 5. This is where most of the fighting usually happens. In my memory, right? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. There's some ancient ruins over there. That area, I used to think you can go there. Or rather, this area, used to think you can go there and maybe fight Giginox, but you know, of course, no, you can't go there, sadly. Or I have a feeling that maybe you could. I have a feeling that this is at least one of those spots where monsters come through if they escape from an area, but no, they modeled this whole cave and didn't really do anything with it. Kind of strange. It's a cool looking cave. I don't know what is implied by this waterfall. Is this supposed to be the waterfall in Area 2? So is Area 2 just right behind this rock? Or is it a bit further? It's like, I don't know. It's like, you can't be too sure. I'm just gonna guess Area 2 is like right there. Also, perspective is a thing. You can't really tell how far or close things are sometimes because of the graphics. Like, you can't really tell, like, is this close, or look how small the trees are. Maybe it's like super far away. Hard to tell. Alright, let's go over here. God, I didn't want to make this video so long. Walk, 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 walk. Here we have Area 9 with the secret passage from the camp area where you come out of. Actually, let me take a look. Oh, I can go in here. Oh, I shouldn't be here. Okay. Okay. But this is nice. Here we have the ruins. Probably the most ruins you'll see on this map. Kind of strange that there's water coming from up here. That implies there's like a geyser at least, like at the top of this mountain, or like a freshwater source. Like kind of strange geographically speaking, but hey, it looks cool. Oh, so awesome seeing this area without these annoying mealingses. Okay, and here we have Area 10. You can also gather stuff underwater, of course. And, yeah. So if you're used to playing Portable or Free Ultimate, this is where the map usually stops, right? You can't go into the water. I think this area is a little bit bigger. But yeah, but we can actually go inside. Of course, you have an air meter, so you gotta watch that. Otherwise, I guess you get taken back to the entrance. Actually, I'm not sure what happens. But you can just get these bubbles and refill your air, just like in-game. The underwater area, This one isn't that interesting for me personally. I think the next one is a lot more interesting. You have this void over here, which looks pretty illuminated actually. I had it like a lot darker in memory. Also, this is where the scary stuff is. Like, you don't want to go there. Who knows what monster you'll come across. Come on, let's go, let's go. Over here, you kind of have to swim against a stream, which is super hard wearing metal armor, I can imagine. Maybe I should swim up. Oh, let's go up. Right, area 11. Doesn't look that impressive on the surface. You can climb up. In fact, I'm gonna do that later. And here we have some other island. I'm stuttering so much, my god. So. Here we have the area where monsters usually sleep when they're about to be defeated. Nice little sandy area. Looks cozy actually. If I was a big underwater monster, I would definitely sleep here as well. Then you have, of course, this little cave here. With the hole here that you can surface to. Can you even surface in the game? In this hole? I think you can. I think you can. Yeah. Alright. Let's go down to the Ludroth nest. You have to press the jump button as well, I think. Yeah, the jump button makes you go up. I forgot to mention that. Yep, the Ludroth nest area, which is a massive cave actually. Like you can see like all the way back there. This cave is probably huge. It has water, it has some vegetation, like I think that's supposed to be moss. Is the stone supposed to be mossy? I'm not sure. No, look, here definitely is some vegetation. Like, this is a perfect area to live, you know, as an animal. You got the eggs. I assume those are Ludroth eggs. You have the half-eaten cadavers. Pick that up. Yeah, mystery bone. And I just expecting Ludroths to jump down here. Cozy place. Cozy place. Let me go to that waterfall here. I remember that in game, if you like stand in this area and crouch, you are completely submerged. But it doesn't take away oxygen. Alright, let's leave. Now let's go to the last area, the Rathian nest, as I like to call it. Or rather the place with the Naabra infestation. Give me that. Whoa, whoa, something just moved me. I didn't move. Alright, you can kind of see the vines over here. That's where you leave, of course. And you have to do the same thing, you have to kind of interact with it. Alright, Area 8. Area 8. Cadaver. Bird. Waterfall. Eggs. And a lot of bones. Like, just seeing it in VR now makes me realize how many bones there are here. My god, it must have been like 100 years of multiple generations of Rathians and Rathalos nesting here. Like, just an insane amount of bones. This must be like a couple thousands of dead animals here. And I got an egg. Nice vegetation, and of course you have the area where you jump down. But if you look down, even in-game, you can see it too. If you look down, this goes nowhere. It just goes into the ocean. Like, how does jumping down here leave you in that area? Wait, what was it called? Do I have a map, actually? Can I look at the map? Area 5, right. I never understood. How does jumping down here lead you in Area 5? Down here it looks nothing like Area 5. And you can see it in-game too. But okay. Let's just assume down there is Area 5 somewhere. And of course, if we go here, we're back in the big cave area. The cavern. Alright, now let me return. Of course, as you can in-game, always return to Moga Village at any point you want. Oh, gotta do the stupid animation. And here we are. Just again, I'm gonna show you the name of the map, and yeah, you can probably find it if you just search for it in VR chat. It's pretty fun. I actually made it as my home, my home world. May not be a good idea. The game takes a long time to load because of that. But yeah, I think anyone who likes Monster Hunter Free or Free Ultimate will love this, will love to hang around, and will love doing the gathering quest to get all the avatars. Oh, wish I could go in here. Right. So, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a nap right now.